This week's episode is brought to you by Balls of 10 Season 2, Bigger, Bolder, Badass. Streaming now on YouTube at Post Hysteria, or just go to posthysteria.com and get caught up on this season of Balls of 10 Season 2. Did you just pop a mint in your mouth?
Yep.
Did you not know that we were starting our show?
I did.
And you don't care? Don't know? Don't... What's going on in your head right now?
Well, you're usually talking, so I figured I had time to finish a mint.
It's a huge mint. Look at this. This is what she's putting in her mouth. You can't see it because it's,
It is. It's not even like a lifesaver. It is a lifesaver. And I actually had one of these in my mouth when we did a different podcast, and the whole time I'm like talking like this. It's horrible with the mint in my mouth. I apologize. I'm not going to say another word until it's gone.
All right. Hey! Welcome to the show. I guess I'm going to be doing a lot of talking until Rochelle's mint is dissolved in her mouth. I'm Tony.
Side chick.
She's Rochelle because she can't talk right now. Anyways, welcome to the short of it. First, I want to just thank our audience. You all have been tuning in and liking and sharing and subscribing, and we love that because we love what we do, and we love talking about films, and we love V is strong, but this is V, our producer. Our executive producer, Greg, a.k.a. my husband, said we have to introduce V as the producer or else...
Oh, and you just did it at the beginning, too.
And I did do it at the beginning.
But I'm not supposed to talk.
No, because you have a mint in your mouth. Yes. So anyways, welcome to the show. I'm excited. I have an interesting connection to our guest today. So I used to work with his father for 25 years. Actually, it's longer than that because when I first met, shout out Ron Milton, when I met him, he was the stage manager when my mom was a producer at Channel 7 for the Susan Sikora show.
Holy mackerel.
And I was a kid, and I would always go over to the station and hang out with my mom because I thought it was cool that my mom was a black woman in charge.
Yeah.
And so I've known him. I knew him when he had hair. Sorry, Ron, but I did. He had hair.
Wow.
He was holding on to it. It wasn't like, full afro. It was like kind of like starting like right back here, and he was holding on to dear life for that hair. But eventually he let it go, and I think he made a good decision about that. So I met his son Chris several years ago. He was one of my directors for Abundant Life Church and the live streaming that we did for that church. But Chris is a phenomenal artist when it comes to the work that he does, and I'm just so glad to have him here. So, Chris, Milton, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yes, real full circle moment.
It's a very full circle moment, right?
Yes.
So Chris has his hands in everything, and he's probably one of the hardest working hustlers. I don't want to say hustle in a bad way, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
You got to hustle in this business, or else no one's going to give you anything until you put your face. And like that's one of probably the best things I can say about you is that you do it. Like yeah.
Only thing I haven't done yet is a wedding, and so anybody wants a wedding shot, give me that opportunity. Because I guarantee I'm going to crush it. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, yeah. So just, I guess contact us here at The Short of It if you need a wedding DP. So, I know a little bit about your story, but But talk to us how you got in your field. You have kind of the same story as me. I got into television because my mom was in television. You got into television because your dad was in television. Right, yeah. So just talk about those early days.
Yeah, absolutely. So, shout out to my dad. And I still have my hair on my head. Let's get that straight. So, okay. All right. So anyways, I know it's coming for me though, but yeah. So shout out to my dad, man. He's been in the industry for a long time. Very proud man. Coming from a family of 8 people and 8 kids, and he just really has, made a successful career out of what he has chosen to do in life. And so that's been my inspiration since day one.
He's so good at it.
Yeah, he's so good and so passionate and so diligent. And so shout out to my dad. So my story is very, very simple. I wanted to play basketball. I wanted to play basketball. I had hoop dreams just like a lot of other people. And then we get to that level where we're like, okay, that's it for us. And so it's like, what's next? Very thankful for the opportunity that came my way with Channel 7 because my dad had paved the way, not only for myself, but for my older brother as well.
Oh, that's right. Rashad. Yeah.
Right. My older brother, followed in my dad's footsteps at an early age. And he is now, a stage manager as well. And he's working for the news, in New York. So seeing my older brother and my dad do those things, I was just so compelled, but I was like, do I want to do the same thing? Do I want to be the third one? No, I kind of want to do something different. So, it's always been, an empty void since I stopped my basketball career. It's that team, it's that arena of, being part of a team, all working towards the same goal.
Yep.
And so when you're in the news station, you're seeing everybody. I worked right in the booth in the back doing Chiron. I had to type fast and accurate. And I did that for quite too long. So yeah, just being in that booth, being in the control room, everyone's a part of a team. Everyone's working in the unit as a unit to get the job done and create the best show possible.
Yep.
So that's very much like being part of a basketball team. Mm-hmm. You have your different positions. You have the director. Maybe the director is the point guard. You got your center. Maybe that's the T. Maybe that's the TD. And you got your small forward. Maybe that's the AD. And everyone's just working as a unit to get the job done. So I found my passion in that again. And it was like, all right, how do we get out of this new situation though? Because I'm gonna end up just like my dad and my older brother.
Yeah.
And so it was that moment where I decided to go study and go pursue my master's degree in it. And it was a very unique situation because as I was searching for the programs, I was like, very much like, I don't want to do a long program. 2-year program is cool. So I was looking for a 2-year program. And I found one here at BU that was a 1-year program. It was kind of like a 1.5-year program. But I really lucked out because as I applied and got in, it was the last time that they offered that program. So I was able to go in there, get the experience. But the cherry on top for me was that we had to create our own short film. That was our thesis. And the best part about it was that we got to keep the rights to it. So it was, there was some ownership involved. So I was a big fan of that. And so that's how it started. I started that in 2019 and graduated and pretty much hit the ground running since then. And here I am today, a year working for myself now, and it's been quite the journey.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you are 34.
Yes, turned 35.
And you've been independent for over a year.
Yes.
Talk about some of the work that you've been doing.
So as you mentioned earlier, I kind of been doing a lot of everything, and I've kind of enjoyed doing that because it's by doing that you find out what it is that you're good at and what it is that you're not good at, and so then you can identify the areas to improve and all that good stuff. So last year, the catalyst for me leaving the 9-to-5 world, I call it, I'm out of the matrix now, so I call it that. So the catalyst for all that was a very unique opportunity to make a documentary, a short documentary shouldn't even say short documentary. It was a docu-series, a 4-part docu-series on substance addiction. And I got a chance to do that for the Opioid Response Network. It was a government funded program, a national program.
Yeah.
And I got a chance to do that. We had about maybe 6 months from start to finish to get the whole thing done, and I got the whole thing done.
Awesome. Nice. That's incredible.
And so it was by doing that I was like, you know what, I can't even give this any other attention but 100%. So I had to leave the 9-to-5 world, and it was at that moment that, you know, that kind of propelled me into the world. I didn't look back. So
is most of your work right now, like, you know, paying the bills, whatever, it's the commercial work that you do?
Yes, it's the commercial work. So after the documentary was over, it was very much like, okay, well, where's the money at now? Because that was getting 100% of my devoted attention. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't pursuing, you know, anything other than that documentary. So after it was over, and all was said and done, it was like, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
So I wanted to pursue getting retainer clients. And so 2025, that was my main goal. And so now I have 2 retainer clients that are paying my bills and providing me the space and opportunity to do creative things.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Cause
for our audience, can you explain what a retainer client is?
Yes. Right. So
I got you, Peggy.
a retainer client is much like, you know, employment, where you know that your check is going to come. But that is solely based on the, you know, scope of work and the details of the contract that you create between you and your client. So this is all fresh off the presser. So just last week I signed my second deal. This has not been an easy journey.
Yes.
And so I have a 4-month contract with him to last me through December. Mm-hmm. And I signed my first one in May with a great company that I've developed a great relationship with. And we've been doing great work. So
that's awesome.
It's been really cool.
Yeah. And, you know, and that's why, you know, when I said, like, you're one of the best hustlers I know, because one, you never gave up, you know, and in this industry, we know we get the highs and the lows, and we get, you know, the bad breaks and then the great breaks, but you just haven't stopped. And so I just commend you for that, because, you know, working hard with something that you love to do takes a lot of energy, right? And you know, I know you well enough that you're not doing it for the check, but we all have to eat. You know,
we do.
So,
we do.
But so let's pivot into your work, your creative work, your narrative film work, because I've been watching that as well in the last few years. He is a very talented director, DP, lighting. We have some examples that we're going to show while we're watching this. But talk to me about your work at doing your stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will talk about this sensitive subject because, you know, as much as praise as you give me right now, you know, I still don't feel worthy of it, and I don't know why that is, but I have another side to that feeling, and that is, you know, just keeping the promises that you made to yourself. You know, this film journey is very progressive. You know, we're in the art field, so you, much like any other drawer, you start at 5 years old. You're drawing stick figures. Yeah. And then maybe down the line, 18 years old, you're drawing Picasso. So it takes time, and it takes you having to stick with it. You know, the highs and lows, they're going to come. And to be quite honest with you, 2020, that started COVID. You know, COVID jump-started a lot of people's creativity. A lot of people. It did. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing how many people you talk to and ask them, when did you start your business? They're going to probably say 2020, 2021. COVID did a lot of things for us, but it's been 4-5 years now that I've started this journey. And that started in 2019, where basically after I graduated, I still didn't know much. I was still very much wet behind the ears. They taught me how to direct. I don't want to get it twisted. I went to school to learn how to direct. And while I was there, I got to see what everyone else was doing, and I picked up a little bit on that. There were concentrations in cinematography. There was concentrations in producing. I chose directing because that was most interesting to me. Yeah. I later find out that the head honcho is actually the producer. The producer hires the director. So, you know, there's that misconception. I just want to put that out there that the director is, in charge, but the producer, there are a lot of different levels to producer work, but the producer is the person who's in charge of getting it done. And I just want to commend those producers out there getting their work done, much as yourself. It's a tough job. It's a very tough job.
A lot of details have to stay in the brain all the time. It's a lot. And so, but you started doing, I don't know if it was like a web series or just an online series.
Yeah, so it was a web series. And how that started was very much so like a lot of other people's stories out there. They pick up a camera and, if you're any much like me, you got a lot of friends still pursuing music out there. So everyone, let me shoot your music video. Let me shoot your music video. That's really the start of everyone's hustle journey. Let me get $400 here to $200 here, or shoot this, shoot that. And it's by doing that you quickly learn that what's worth it and what's not worth it.
Yeah.
The film industry has its levels, and so, shout out to all my music directors out there, but there's a lot of other things that you can get your hands on. And so that's kind of what I figured out. But to get back to the point, as I was shooting music videos, I made a relationship with one of the artists and found out that he had an underdog story. He has a neurological disease that is, eating away at him day by day. But he still continues to, to go after what he dreams about.
How's it going, guys? My name's Deshaun.
And my name is Chris Milton, aka Director C. A few years back, my man Hustle, he experienced a life-changing ordeal that he's still learning to cope with till this day. So this is why we're here, to tell a story.
It's a real-life story based about my life and a little bit of fabrication. For me, my mom, she had me at a young age, 14, and my dad passed away before I really got to know him. As for the story, though, it's about a young man that just grew up in, the product of his environment. In the midst of his struggles and not having any family to turn to, he leans on his two closest friends, Ace and Bean.
What's going on? Hustle. Get off right now.
As they get older, Beans comes up with this ambitious plan,
Explanation
and everything spirals out of control from there. Hustle, being the smart one, has to figure out a way to get everybody out of the situation.
That's the reason I was telling you, chill out, follow my lead. Right.
But as all this is happening, Hustle is discovering some things about himself.
I wake up
some things that could change his life for the good, but also some things that could jeopardize the relationships he values.
As he's sharing with me details about his life, and I look at him, I'm like, listen, man, we can put your music out, but let me do it. Let's do it in a storytelling way. And so that's how the whole thing came about. I went home. I was still fresh out of school, so I was very much like, let's write this. Wrote a 10-page script, and we shot it. And it was by doing that, I'm a hands-on learner. Everyone learns differently, but I'm a hands-on learner. So if I wanted to get nice at the camera, if I wanted to learn about these other positions other than directing, I had to start doing them. And so, that was when the house calling on you like, can I get your boom mic? Can I get your boom pole, please? Pretty please. I'll return it. Just as I took it. And so, that's how it goes. And so then, you start running up the credit card bill and you try to buy equipment and all that crazy stuff. And so I lived the whole journey. So that's how the whole started. I'm actually still pursuing finishing it because I'm very much a person who has to finish what they start, and I have to finish telling that story. So
Mm-hmm.
stay tuned for that episode. Is coming out in the next 30 days. So stay tuned.
Right.
Hey.
I'm putting a premiere out. I'll send it out. I'll send a blast out. Whoever wants to come support,
we'll
please
be
come
there.
Support.
What?
It's been about 2 years since I dropped the last episode. So, so just know that's how low the down was. And now we're back up.
So what's the name of the series?
It's called Hustle the Web Series. His name is Hustle, and we just kept it simple. Hustle the Web Series.
Okay.
It's about him, his story, very much fabricated through my mind. And that's how we're doing.
And like explain the genre of it, like the storyline.
So the storyline is So right now, it's very much looked at as like, one of those next hood web series. Everything has a target audience.
Right.
Don't. And so, lo and behold, those fans are dedicated. All right, I'm just to say that right now. Those fans are dedicated. You'd be surprised the stuff that you put out and who gravitates towards it. So again, if you're sitting on something, just put it out. You never know who will end up liking it. So. It's a web series based on his story, and what we're doing is, and what I intend to do is reveal his condition. Not through actual way he found out. Through the actual way he found out is a story that I'm gonna leave for him to tell. But it's a story. It's a story that I plan to finish, and it's been really cool making.
Is it on YouTube?
It's on YouTube. Sweet. It's on YouTube. When I'm done with it, I'm gonna put it on Tubi. And now I want to talk about Tubi because a lot of people look down on Tubi.
Listen, can I tell you,
Yes.
like the last several movies I have watched have been on Tubi.
No kidding.
And so, first of all, they got the classics. They got the real good, like old fashioned.
They do. They have like 50s classics.
Yeah, like they got the, but in terms of independent filmmaking, they are really providing a space for that. It did used to get the short end. It was almost like the Walmart of movies, right?
Yeah.
No, wait. We love Walmart.
Walmart is awesome.
Walmart is awesome. Come and sponsor us. We love you. But anyways, yeah, please speak to Tubi because I agree with you on this.
Yeah, Tubi. People need to recognize that Tubi is just another platform for creatives to get their work out there.
Yeah.
It's been frowned upon because of the quality of work, but here I am on the other side creating that low budget quality. And I need people to understand that, we just didn't have any money. Right. Okay? This is what the levels of filmmaking are. When you have money, when you see executive produced by LeBron James, he wasn't in the room talking about the film. He gave a couple million and said, all right, cool, you have my support.
Right.
But that's what filmmaking takes. Great filmmaking takes money because of all the different levels that come with it. But for those people focused on storytelling, you have to commend them. You have to give them the respect for doing what they intend to do without waiting for someone's permission.
Yes.
So and then people are getting paid on Tubi too. Don't get it twisted as well.
I don't really understand Tubi. Do you have to pay? Do you subscribe to Tubi or
Tubi is free.
It's free.
It is free.
So then how do they make money?
Ads.
Oh, there's ads. Okay.
Yeah, all the
And
movies
can
have
you buy
ads.
your way out of ads?
I'm not sure. I haven't pursued the Tubi endeavor yet.
Yeah.
But once I finish my project, I will try to put it on as many levels.
And then Chris will call you and explain.
Okay,
it.
good.
And I will let you know. And I will let you know. It's important for people to know it's just another platform, and not for nothing. The future of this stuff is gonna be you scrolling, and you stop scrolling for a long time because you're watching a show.
Yeah.
They've already started doing it.
Yeah.
Some people have just tune in. Just tune in. It's happening. So
I hope that you're right about that.
yeah.
That they're stopping scrolling.
Cameras, the new Canon camera comes out, and I'm gonna buy it. It shoots vertical and horizontal at the same time.
Oh my God, Rochelle's head is exploding right now. Rochelle's she's
At the same
exploding.
time. At the same time.
My head is exploding too, but for good reasons.
No, I don't like vertical video. It's bad.
But now you can always shoot horizontal, and you'll have it.
But you have to understand the new audience and the way people consume media. We've had this conversation.
I know, like, my head's gonna pop off.
I know.
The way people consume media, that is the most important part.
Yeah.
Right there. I
You
work
got
for
to
the
talk
news.
to them where they're at.
Yeah, you got to talk to them where they at and how they ingest it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So, speaking of future, and I'm just so glad that you're here because, one, I haven't seen you in a long time, but you just give me a lot of hope. All these young filmmakers just give me so much like inspiration. But, what is your dream? What is your goal? Where's Chris Milton going? Because I'm going to see you at the Oscars.
Yeah.
I'll be home and you'll be there.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Listen, my very specific goal is to make a feature film that people go to the box office and buy tickets for.
Yeah.
To get even more specific, because you gotta be specific. If you're not specific, you won't.
That's right.
Get as close to it as you want.
That's right.
So, very, very, very 35 between 40 goal for me is to make a feature length film. That is dedicated to my older brother. His story is based on his story in life. I'm going to take my spin on it, just like I did my man Hustle. I'm going to take my spin on it and make a feature length film. Inspiration, Moonlight. Think Moonlight.
Yep. Great film.
Think A Beautiful Boy.
Oh, yes.
Put those movies together.
Wow.
It's gonna be something like my movie.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Are you familiar with those movies?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Very good movies. Very good movies.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my plan. And then my biggest goal is to make a Michael Jackson feature film.
Wow.
Yes. I would love to do that. The rumors are coming out that another one's coming out.
Yeah.
Man, nothing is like the American VH1 special, The American Dream.
Yeah.
That is my movie. That's my movie. I grew up off the Michael Jackson Moonwalker thing. I'm so glad they didn't cancel him like they did R. Kelly. Listen, that's my guy. I want to make a movie about him and then just see what happens in between.
I know the Thriller dance.
You do?
I do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Ready? Turn the cameras around. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
So do you mean like a documentary or like a biopic?
I mean a
actually
biopic.
Scripted.
Yeah,
Oh wow, that would be
scripted.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
How would you find someone to play Michael Jackson?
We have the internet now. But the rumors are that the next movie coming out stars Jafar. I think it's one of his brother's sons.
Yep.
Is going to play him.
What do you love most about filmmaking?
What I love most about filmmaking,
because it's a grind.
It is a grind. It is very much a grind. I think I love the production part the most, and I say this because there's pre-production, there's production, and there's post-production.
Mm-hmm.
I love being in the midst of it. I love figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? That is just the most exciting part to me. Seeing something that was just an idea in your head come to life right in front of you,
mm-hmm.
and you get to look through a screen and then look at real life, and it's just amazing how that whole thing happens and comes to play. So
you write, you produce, you direct, you're an editor, like lighting, like what don't you do? You wear all the hats. Which I guess is great for being an independent filmmaker to be able to do all that stuff. But what's your favorite hat?
My favorite hat is definitely still directing. I want to make that clear. I definitely love directing. I thought when I first pursued it, I did it because I wanted to be in a powerful position, but that really wasn't it. Being the eye through the camera and placing, one of the best analogies they told me about directing is like, pretend everything is like you're watching a play, because that's kind of where everything derived from, one stage. But you're able to choose and pick where the camera is for the best moment of what's going on. And so when you think about it like that, it's just like, it's like, wow, we have this ability to look at things through all these different perspectives. But I think it's important to at least know how to wear all the hats, because when you're in a position like directing, when you're working on a team, you can't. I think I saw some documentary, but basically what they said is that you're not able to give real direction unless you've been on the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Any acting chops in your future?
Yeah, I want to be in front of the camera too. So in this web series, I put myself in front of the camera.
Okay.
Not the first 2 episodes, I didn't do it, but then I saw how much fun my friends were having, and I was like, I had to have as much.
And
fun.
isn't there a clip where your folks are in a scene?
Yes, I'm trying to get my Adam Sandler on, and everything I do, everything I make, I'm going to put some of my family members in it.
Okay.
I'm on the same time. I love that mindset. Like being able to bring people from the community into the films or into the work.
Yes, and I absolutely and
you have to put yourself on camera when you're
I can't put myself on camera. Totally. Come on.
He looks terrible today.
My cardigan is not made for this.
Yeah. I mean, just speak on it. Just how many opportunities, how cool has it been creating opportunities and then having your friends and family find, and gravitate towards those opportunities and find success.
No one in my family wants to do what I do.
Oh, well,
my kids are just like going in the absolute opposite direction of.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, not just family members, but other people as well.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's hard. It's stressful, but it's a lot of fun. I don't think I'd want to do anything else except for this podcast, of course. But just, the process of it. And you spoke to this about, you become a better producer or director when you understand all the parts that are needed to make the film, and you're thinking about, well, okay, let me shoot it from this angle because that would be a nice edit, or you know, let me think about this scene and doing a long take versus, you know, a quick cut because I can have some music breathe here. You do start thinking about all those other pieces to the puzzle, and yeah.
And not only that, it's how to talk to people as well. When you're on a set, it's all about communication. Mm-hmm. I bring this all back to sports as well, basketball. Like, it's all about communication. Mm-hmm. And when you got your sound guy holding the boom for 10 hours, you're not going to talk to him like he hasn't been doing that. You know what I'm saying? You have to know what that feels like. You have to know what that feels like. And so, you know, a different tone is going to be approached when you talk to him and, you know, give him direction. Yes. So you have to experience all these different levels, even down to the PA. You know, I did a PA job a couple months ago that I really did not want to do, but I did it because I wanted to connect. I wanted to reach as many, broaden my network. You know, as a freelancer, that's what your success in your career depends on, your network. So as many connections as you can make, as many good relationships as you can do, the more successful you're gonna be. And when you get an opportunity, treat it like it's your last opportunity.
Yeah,
that's my advice for those people.
Good advice. Yeah.
Is your mint done?
It is. It's been done for a while.
Okay.
I've said several words.
No, I know you have. I was just giving you crap again.
Thanks.
What's your go-to genre? You're sitting back. You've worked a long day. You're gonna put your feet up.
Yes.
Open up a bottle of wine. What's your genre?
Okay, my genre is sci-fi. Second to sci-fi is, you know, your action thriller suspense thing. Watch the Terminal List on Amazon Prime. Anything with guns, bang, bang, shoot them up. A little bit of drugs, a little bit of violence, a little bit of sex. That's my thing. That's my thing right there. That's my thing right there. But, you know, sci-fi, that really sparks my interest the most because the creativity levels are just so crazy.
Yeah, you and Michelle.
So do you want to make the kind of films you like to watch?
Ooh. That's a great question. That's a great question.
When I'm allowed to talk. Yeah.
You know, no.
It was meant.
You know, the next goal of mine is to start getting on more sets as possible. Getting on more sets is what I think I need to do, because it's from being on sets that you realize things are actually possible. And so when it comes to sci-fi, you know, I'm just like, I'm not even going to try that because like, how am I going to create some sci-fi stuff? How am I going to create a virtual reality? I won't even try. So.
When are you making your move?
When am I making it?
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah.
Next year I'm making my move. I've been at my parents' house grinding. Shout out to my parents.
Yes.
Get you some parents who support what you do.
Yes.
Please, I kid you not, because without it, you don't have the mental capacity to pursue what it is that you truly want to do. So shout out to my parents. They've created a space for me to pursue my dreams, and my mom has been my biggest advocate. Sometimes I've gone back on Indeed.
Shout out to Gina.
Yeah, sometimes I go back on Indeed and I start scrolling looking for that money, and my mom taps me on the shoulder like, "You better close that. You better turn that page." You know,
that's awesome.
Keep doing what you got to do. So next year, I'm making my big move. I'm stacking some money, and hopefully we have a production studio 2026, a space to create even more.
Are you staying here? Because I was thinking you were going to go out on the West Coast with your brother.
You know. It's an opportunity. I'm not closing that door.
You would be great out there.
I think
like not a lot of people can stomach it, but I think you could. Don't you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it is time.
It's not for the weary, and you don't look like a weary person to me.
Yeah, I think while I don't have any kids, it will be the time to do that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. It's been really cool. So I'm looking forward to see what, kind of year 2, aka year 6.
Yeah.
Does. I say year 2 because I've been on my own now. It's different when the training wheels are off.
Right.
It's very different.
Right.
When you don't have that steady check coming in.
Yeah.
So it's been really cool.
No, I think people will be inspired by you, and and just really having the mindset to just keep going, because we fall a lot, and not everything is our greatest piece of work, but you got to pick it up, and you got to keep going, and putting yourself in different environments as well to see how other people do it is
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's good stuff. Yeah.
And on that note, why don't you talk us into his clip so that way we can see the work that you're putting out and kind of advertise you as an artist?
Well,
Okay.
I think you just did.
Mwah.
Hey, what are you doing?
Come on! Ma'am, I'm coming! Fresh lemonade! Fresh!
What's up, big dog? You need some help?
That was amazing.
It was.
Phenomenal.
Enough about the mint.
You have a style. You do have a style, and I love the quick cuts. The color is so vibrant, and you have a good eye for that.
Yeah, when you talk about, I'm glad you said that because I've been kind of trying to identify what my style is. You get so caught up into what it is that you're doing that you really never take a step outside to see what it is that you're doing. So
I think you have the pulse on it, really, because directors from different generations work differently, and with the attention span of these younger people, they don't have time to wait for the shot to just run its course. You got to move it to the next one, and so it really does draw you in, and then it's over, and I'm like,
What just happened?
I want more. What happened? Why is it over? And then bring it back, come rewind.
Yeah.
bring it back, come on. Yeah.
But yeah, I think you are going to do really well, and you can't forget us when you do, because we want to have you back. And
of course, this has been such a great opportunity to come in and share my thoughts on this career, on this journey so far. I've been really itching to do so because I've had a lot to say. I feel like I've been talking too much, but anyways, there's a lot to talk about.
Yes,
there's a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about.
I can't stress enough. Here I am shaking the table. I just can't stress enough how great it's been to take this leap of faith and bet on yourself and really go after what it is that you want to go after. I think for those people not doing film, for those people listening, I think you have to pick something that you're just so curious about that it just keeps you going. I've never been more curious about anything than how to make this movie stuff. It's like, how do they make it look like that?
Yeah,
and I know a lot of other people would feel the same way. So just pick something that you're really curious at and go after it, even if it seems far fetched. Just do it.
There it is.
For sure.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no more.
Me either.
Yeah. I mean, do it. I want to leave and do it now.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know what? You close the show.
Finally, I get to talk. Oh, Peggy. Peggy's always beating on me, and I don't know why. The implication being you don't want to hear my voice. You did not, but when I said that you're always bagging on me, you began. Oh, whoa, sorry. All right then. So that's the short of it.
The short of it is brought to you by the Den Beauty Lounge. Visit thedenbeautylounge.glossgenius.com for more information and book your appointment today.